Hi, my name is Phoebe Locke, and today I'm making Budae-jjigae. So the ingredients that we're using today are round rice cakes, tofu, sausages, these instant noodles, scallions, and Spam. Since I don't like to eat spicy, I'm going to be modifying my recipe, and instead of using this type of noodle that's commonly found in this dish, I'm going to be using just the regular noodles that I enjoy. So while I'm letting the water boil to make our soup base, I'm going to start cutting these ingredients and the tofu. And we're going to cook the noodles separately so they don't become too soggy. After cutting all my ingredients, I'm going to start frying the Spam and the sausages. Now that the water is boiling, we're gonna start pouring these seasoning packets into the water. So now that the noodles and everything have been incorporated into the soup, we can start adding the meat. Welcome back. So I have today my sister.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And we're gonna be eating this stew together. So before we begin, I would like to give you a history about Budae-jjigae, which is also known as army stew. So after the Korean War, it was really hard to find food, and so this stew that is made out of basically anything, like sausage, Spam, baked beans, kimchi, gochujang, all of that was found easily after the war, and so people would put it together as a stew, and it was low cost, and it was just it was just like a yummy treat.
Nice. All right, shall we start?
Yes.
Also, we do have some kimchi on the side. Okay. I'm gonna use a spoon.
I think I will after I like to scoop.
Okay. Want some tete boy? Okay.
Oh, and we did end up putting a little bit of spice just to keep it as original as possible.
Okay. Oh no. Show your food.
So I chose this dish because my mom makes it for us all the time. Like, she makes it very authentic, not the way that I make it because I don't like spicy, but hers is very authentic, and we've just been surrounded our whole lives around Korean food, Chinese food.
Yeah, but she does make it obviously with more gochujang.
Yeah, and like authentically, and
yeah, we can't handle spice, so it's okay.
Okay,
right.
So you take the first bite and tell me how it is.
All right, here we go. Hot, but very good.
So in class, we talked about how, or rather, we watched a video on a family who was sharing a meal over army stew, and that's also the reason why I chose this dish, because it just looked really good and reminded me of what my mom made.
And we've seen it in a lot of Korean dramas.
Yes.
That's our dog. Yes, anyway, I was watching a Korean drama called Crash Landing on You. Very popular. But yeah, they were eating something very similar to this. And it always looked so good. And now I'm ready. And then also we watched it in Boys Over Flowers.
Yeah. I'm not very like up to date with like Korean dramas and like.
Clearly I am though.
Yeah.
So let me go on a little tangent here. So recently, over quarantine, I've been watching many Korean dramas. I've watched Crash Landing on You. That's how I like started getting back into Korean dramas. Then I watched It's Okay Not to Be Okay. There's another very
I heard that was
one.
good. I heard that one was good.
Our cousin Kayla just started that one too. Then I watched Run On, which is another one on Netflix. Ooh, and then I watched Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-joo. So good. I think honestly it was a tie between that and Crash Landing on You, but it was like really, really good. I think it's actually my favorite one. And then I watched Startup. Clearly I've had a lot of free time. Startup. And then I started rewatching this old one that I used to watch and never finished. But I don't think it's a Korean drama. I think they call it like daily series, because there's like a bunch of episodes, like 52 episodes, and basically like an episode just came out each day. I think that's how it works, but yeah. So watching that currently, but also I was in between starting that, Extraordinary You, and what's it called? There's this new drama that just started, and new episodes are coming out like weekly. It's called Doom at Your Service. Yes. And I think that's all the ones I've watched. But in terms of things I've watched before, I go through periods of watching Korean dramas. So after we watch Boys Over Flowers, because we watch it annually, it's like a tradition kind of. Then I watched.
Embarrassing to.
It's not embarrassing. But
yeah, that was the first Korean drama I've ever watched, and I tend to lean more towards the high school drama, love story, like rich boy meets poor girl.
That's like almost all of them though.
Yeah, I tend to lean more towards like those kinds of Korean dramas, but we watched a good amount, or not. We haven't watched a good amount, but
I watched a good amount.
But actually, in class, we have watched a couple.
Which ones?
Itaewon Class.
Ooh, I was
and
gonna
Coffee
start that.
Prince.
Oh shit.
No, it's actually really
Wait,
good.
You watched Itaewon Class?
Yeah, like
think
it
we
was
already
just
talked
it was
about
just
this.
for like homework. Like it was part of like our assignments.
Yeah.
But it's actually really good. Like they brought up a lot of like.
Oh, also, sorry, I just watched What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Also, really, really good.
For those
The
good
dude-
too.
The dude from Itaewon Class is the main character, I think. But really good. And also, I also just watched Parasite too. There's a lot of Korean stuff lately. But Parasite was actually really good. I don't know why it took me so long to watch it. Have you watched it?
No, it's not the movie, right? I think I actually have.
It's like the Oscar nominated one.
Yeah, I think I have.
How'd it come out?
We're currently filming.
How'd the video
We're filming. That's her mom. The one that also makes
Yes.
Army stew a lot.
The authentic version.
Wait, are you filming or are you talking?
We're filming, please.
Yeah. We'll just keep that in. It's okay. It shows
Yeah,
an
our
authentic
family
lifestyle.
is very close, and we live in a house of how many people? 7, 6.
Really, you don't know that right now?
Yeah, so if there are a lot of interruptions throughout the video, that's why.
Also, cat and your dogs.
Yeah, we also have 2 dogs, so if
That's
you
good.
hear an occasional barking in the background, that would be why.
Yes. Okay, what were we talking about?
Oh, my
Parasite?
yeah, and like Itaewon class. But it brings up a lot of like, you know, important topics that are,
Itaewon class?
yeah.
Is it like class? Like class based, kind of like social stuff?
Yeah, it is. It's like, no, not like social class. It's more like
Actual
like
class?
no, like being like accepted as like an LGBTQ, like being in the LGBTQ community.
That's what it's about?
Yeah, like it sheds a lot of light on that.
Mm.
And just like it's just like about a group of like different people who are like come together.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
I saw like the opening picture, like that's on Netflix and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a diverse group of people. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's just like I guess
I feel like also for Korean standards, that's really
no, that's
interesting.
exactly what it is. It's like for Korean standards, because you know how like I think in most Asian cultures, I guess we're very judgy on.
I think it's just more like there's like a traditional standard that's just been continued over the years.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just hard to break free from that, I guess. But you also see that in like Korean dramas, I feel like, in itself, because all the ones that we watch, or all the really famous ones, is about a guy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like the guy's the hero.
Like the rich guy
Yeah.
saving the poor girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a great.
It works.
Yeah, it works very well because even though it's like so repetitive throughout Korean dramas, I will still watch it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.